think my dead father is trying to reach out. So for context, my dad, who was my best friend, he was honestly the best man I've ever met, so sweet and gentle, passed away 8 years ago. I was 12 at the time, and it was due to a sudden health complication. He was fine in the morning, went to work and everything, but just as he was leaving his office, he had a stroke, and a few hours later, he passed. I loved him to death, and will always do. He was my everything. We moved and eventually moved back to my childhood home because rent is expensive, and my mum owns the house mentioned. We've been living here around 4 years. It's a 3-story house, and the connecting stairs between floors 2 and 3 has a high ceiling with a wall with space for display. We have it full of my father's things, his band's tapes, his newspaper headline, portraits of him, and hanging above it one of his paintings, which there's only 2 of in existence. 2 weeks ago, around 4 a.m, we were all sleeping. We as in my sibling, my mum and me. We were awoken by a sudden crash and breaking of glass with a heavy thump behind. I own 2 cats, but they were sleeping with me. And either way, it was impossible for them to cause it because the walls are really, really tall. All of us were scared, looking around at what could have caused the sound. We eventually found the source of the disturbance, to which we saw glass and a lot of broken portraits on the floor, smashed into pieces. The painting had fallen off the wall and dropped everything. My dad's portraits, his tape, his diploma, everything. Everything except a family portrait of us. Him, my mom, me and my sibling, along with a portrait of me and my brother. Both were left untouched, not even a scratch, and both in the same position, which it makes no sense since everything was below the painting. We are a little freaked out because why would everything break and shatter that held so much value to us about our dad? But that family portrait and picture he took of me and my brother didn't. The painting hadn't moved in 4 years, so there was no reason for it to fall. Was it really just a coincidence?